such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Passes it to Leonard. Shoots a fader. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
The mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
Pass to Hero. In the corner, it's Morris. 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. And the jumper is on the mark.
And just a smooth jumper. Something Morris entered the league with, but now he's hitting it with more consistency.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk to Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. He knows it's a tall task defending Steph Curry, maybe the greatest shooter ever. Coach said you can't let him get open. You make somebody else beat you. Of course, Kevin, the problem is Steph's open as soon as he steps in the building.
Thanks, David. Wiggins against Morris. Fires from 18, and it's Golden State with another.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Pass to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
Curry from deep three-point land. The long distance three is good.
Now they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
George looking around. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. There's the pass to Shea. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
After nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Rebound by Harrell.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Beverly. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Harrell dishes to Beverly. Thompson against George. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Thompson. Leonard with the steal. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Thompson, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
There's a lot of guards in this league that have a difficult time with the size of Klay Thompson. He uses it to his advantage to get those kind of calls. Klay Thompson just never dwelling too long on a game where he might miss a couple shots, or over the course of maybe a couple weeks when he's not in his best form. He turns it around pretty quickly, does Klay, and it's pretty impactful.
He hits the second from the line. And for all-time great shooters like Clay, you need to have that confidence in your shot.
Well, I think Clay's confidence grows a lot too, Kevin, from the fact that he knows on a nightly basis that the ball is going to come his way. It's one of the best aspects of the Golden State Warrior offense is that they share it. So you're not going to go through a 10-game stretch where the opportunities to score aren't there. Clay's going to see shot opportunities because of Steph's unselfishness, and because he's such a world-class shooter, he's going to work his way out of slumps pretty quickly, and then he's going to go on a tear.
Lets the three fly. Good, and the assist goes to Shea.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
George against Thompson. Will it go? The Warriors pull it in. Shea's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, you're doing everything out there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out. And probably no guys were really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
Sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them get back a little bit.
Leonard kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 3.
Steph getting a little bit nasty on the defensive end there, not letting his man get comfortable on that possession.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers, and Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Here's Pascal. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Shea passes to Lee. Golden State moving it around. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And he gets the bucket. And that's 11 points for Shea.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
And the Clippers call time here. How often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so.
No,
It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle. You're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side of it. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
You may have done a lot of that.
I tried to avoid that, Kevin. But
Did you?
Oh yeah. I don't think that it's healthy for you and your reputation.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
This shot by Williams, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And the foul called on Shea. That's his first foul. There's a minute 47 left in the first. Here's Jackson. The Warriors pull it in. Now the Warriors moving it up. And the jump by Jay.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
And stolen by Jay. And the dunk by Jay.
I like his demeanor right now, too. Che letting his game do the talking. He's pouring it in right now.
Clippers trail by 20. 1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. From deep, George. That shot off, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
He lobs it up. It's deflected. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Fast break with Che. Stolen by Jackson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Passes it to George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
He throw good, Paul George. Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Warriors leading by 21. Poole, the pass to Karuch. And the dunk by Che.
The easiest way to score. Che getting to the rim for the dunk.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. From deep three-point range, and no good in the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Warriors ahead, running away with this one. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing.
Now, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Che. Karuch is out there with Looney. And it's Poole in at the point guard. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Che in the last game against the Lakers was driven. He had an impressive number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep growing here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse, craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces, he can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams. Chris, he's checked in for the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Rodion Kurucs.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
On the wing, Morris. Wiggins Warriors with the rebound. Warriors leading by 23. From deep. Chris kicks to Che. And the three off target.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. Curry's checked in for the Warriors. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. That's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Morris. They get it back.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Chris can't hit.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Morris inside. Curry meets him. They get it again. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 6 points.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Shea with a bucket.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Shea's got 29 in the game.
That's a tough shot. Takes a bunch of focus to score when you're knocked into like that. Nice job by Che.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Shea drives in. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Beverly dishes to Jackson. Shoots over Curry. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And the dunk by Che.
Yeah, that's just working for the better shot. We always talk about in the NBA, good to great, great possession there.
In the corner, it's Morris. No good, unable to end this run.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find the rhythm?
Shea with it. Leonard's there. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
All of that earned right there. It's become Che's mantra since he's gotten into the NBA.
First free throw is good. Well, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range. He is
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. Feeds it to Green. That one, no good. Late D that time from Harold. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking a hit.
George is checked in for Reggie Jackson.
Paul George.
Here's Harold. Shea grabs the miss. Shea's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Morris. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and that one, good. Morris has got 8 points.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Clippers third.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Morris against Curry. Here's Green. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. And Draymond Green's showing that he can get up there, showing some bursts.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Kicks it to Morris. Back to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Fires from 18. Warriors with the rebound.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And Green slams it in.
You know, you can tell he knows the game. Shea, with great feel, finds the open man.
The pass to Morris. From deep. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And so it's Jay making things happen for the Golden State Warriors. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different than the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff a stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Harrell is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Fades and shoots. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Warriors have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
Yeah, rare to see a 4-year college player out on an NBA floor, but I think it helped Shea develop on the floor and off.
Harrell finds Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. George against Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Jay. And here we go. Fast break with Jay. Outside Curry. Timeout called the Warriors.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Kawhi Leonard. 3rd in steals, 5th for free throw percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also, his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. And both free throws good for Che. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And stolen by Che. Passes to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Che. And it's 8 points for Steph Curry.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Pass to Morris. Shot to stop the run. He squares up and sinks it.
And the amount of confidence Morris is feeling right now, everything looks right. Just an awesome scoring display from him.
Down low. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
What's up?
It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Free throw, good. Che. Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Leonard. Over Wiggins. Leonard, no luck. Warriors have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. George against Thompson. Che drives in. Good work defensively by Morris.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And the ball travels out of bounds. That was last touched by Wiggins. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 to start the second half. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. To the middle, here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team. And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Good work defensively by Morris. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out. Here's Leonard. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
3 on the clock. Knocked away. It's stolen by Morris. George passes to Jackson. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
This is what Paul George gives you offensively, a guy who can create for himself, obviously, but he can do it for others and do it at a high level.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and it's Williams in for Marcus Morris. Then for the Warriors, Looney's checked in for Marquise Chris, and Lee's subbed in for Thompson. Che kicks it to Looney. Back to Che. Here's Poole. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Back to Che. Leonard with the steal. Here's Williams. It's hauled in by Che. Che's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Count that one. Che's got 10 points in just the second half.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
And the foul called on Che. That's That's his third foul of the game. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Caruge is checked in for Golden State. Williams with a clean look, and the three ball is good. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Now the pass to Poole. Back to Che. That one good for 2. Che's got 49 points in the game.
Can we say Che's imposing his will right now? Guys are banging around on the inside.
To the inside. Here's Zubats, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Clippers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And they shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Warriors have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Shea, no good. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Now Jackson. He has 5. That shot, no good. Poked away. Looney. That shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? There's the 3. Patterson can't get it to go.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
There's the lob to the hoop. The shot by Looney, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
You'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
The drive by Che.
Zero hesitation to take that on the inside. Che aggressive on that play.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And stolen by Che.
If I was scoring that, Kevin, I'm giving that a strong 9 from Che.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
For Reggie Jackson.
Now a chance to see the numbers for Green. His last 10 games, averaging about 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch. That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Shoots from 12, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. And 12 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Now here's Williams. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Back to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
For Los Angeles, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Patterson can't get it to go.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Hits it again. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And here's Leonard. The tray. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Patterson being a little more assertive in the offense here tonight, ready to shoot that time off the direct pass.
It's been all about Shea for the Golden State Warriors. His performance that quarter has earned him a double-double. Seems like he's been everywhere in this game. Back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here?
Many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there?
I don't want to get into the specifics.
Okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
Yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, or potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Shea is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. And Los Angeles.
Shooting one.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
That free throw missing. And he sinks the second. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Jackson passes to Noah. Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 5. Fires for 3. Kept alive. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It's over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Really, at some point,